Hello, welcome back. Nigel with you, Nigel's Modern Match. Back now with pack 55. I believe this is part 29 of the beautiful DeAgostini 1/6 scale. Yes, I said 1/6 scale Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 from 1967. And there you can see the tail end over there. And what a beauty this is. In pack 54, which was part 28, we actually finished off all the front suspension wishbones and everything. And in this one, I think we're going to start looking at exhausts. So as usual, the first thing we do, we have a look at the magazine. So the Mustang in drag racing, thanks to its excellent performance, Mustang achieved some remarkable results in drag races, particularly towards the end of the 60s and throughout the 70s. So you can see here, there's that looks like a 69, I think. Yes, it's a 69. I'm getting good at this. I think the 69 has the little intake there, and the 70 did away with it. Or maybe the 70 didn't have those lights. But my favourite year, 69, absolutely awesome. Well, 70 is very nice as well. And then coming over the page here, we've got is that a Fox body? That's the 40XP, so it's the one that came before the Fox body, I'm guessing. And that's at Pomona, California, 1982. And that's Bob Glidden, favoured Ford. So I recognise that name. And then going over the page here, you can see here, this is a 67. You can see it's got a very extended front end. This is what they used to do. They used to lift them up, extend the front ends, or just lift them up, and that would get more weight transfer onto the back. So that was what they did. You can see the engine is moved right back, and you get weight transfer then onto the rear wheels. Wheelie bars there to stop it flipping over. I cannot believe the Mustang in drag racing, unless the Shelby story is part of it, I don't know, but I cannot believe they haven't got the electric one there. There's an electric drag racing Mustang in it. It's absolutely phenomenal. I cannot stand electric cars. I will never ever own one. But there we go. So here we are, we're looking at the exhaust in this part, so we'll have a look at that in a minute. And then the Ford GT race car of 2016. This thing was absolutely amazing. Ford GT, what a car that was. Fantastic. Brilliant read there for you. And there you can see Chip Ganassi. I've actually rubbed shoulders with him once. And there we go. And there's the beautiful Ford GT. Of course, Chip Ganassi also helped out with the Ford racing team when they introduced the GT4 Mustangs over here. I remember seeing their trucks at Donington. Another beautiful shot there, and there's another beautiful shot. There's another one which is just about to, it's either just come out or it's just about to come out, and it's actually a sort of upgraded version of the 2016 car. So there we are. So that's our magazine for pack 55. So here we go. We have our exhausts. Here's our bag of parts. What we do, as usual, we will open the bag, get the parts out onto the bench, and see what we've got. Have we got everything here? Certainly looks like it. We've got 2 R's, we've got 2 L's. Yep, so that's good. We've got 2 rights, we've got 2 lefts. It's got a lovely silver paint finish to it. Very nice indeed. And then we've got some PS screws. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 of those. So we'll be using 6. So we'll cut those open so we've got those ready to use when we need them. Put them there. And then we can throw those in the bin. Okay, check the inside of the part. So notice that the 2 sections of right resonator are greater than R, and the other sides are the left. You can tell the lower halves from the upper halves because the upper halves are a little shorter. So there's an upper, and there's the 2 lowers. So these are the rights on the left hand side. So what we'll do is we'll swap them over, get our screws back. I can't get that one. I have new fingernails. So there we go. So there's our left on the left and our right on the right. There we are. Right. So get ready. The right resonator upper and the right resonator lower identify the 3 attachment points where the upper and lower are fixed together. They do have to know how to stretch these things out, don't they? 1, 2, 3. Okay. So 3. So we're going to put this one on top of here. And then we're going to pick up a screw on our screwdriver. And we're going to put 1 screw in there. Not tightening anything down yet. We're going to put 1 screw in there. Again, not tightening anything down. And then we're going to put a 3rd screw in there. And then we can start to tighten them down. Now we've got them all in. The reason you don't tighten everything down at once is if you tighten this one up, and say when you tighten this one up, the top is sort of that way as far as it can go. When you put this screw in, it may want to come back this way, and what will happen is you'll put a twist or a bow in it. So basically you just put everything in, just put it in a couple of turns, don't tighten it down or anything, and then just go through, start from the middle and tighten down. Okay, so we'll do the same again on the left hand side. So we'll just put these together like so, just like that. So we can grab a screw. We can start in the middle if you want, just put it in a couple of turns so it's in there. Next one, and this is common practice for anything you're assembling. Don't ever start tightening things up from one end and before you've even got the other fixings in. It's just general good practice. See, so we've got all those in now. So now what we can do is go to the middle, tighten that one down, tighten that one down, and then we can tighten that one down. There we go. So we've got our two exhausts done. So that is pack 55 complete. Let's have a look at pack 56. Right, so we've got our two exhausts there from pack 55. If you want to be a bit fussy about this, you could glue them together, sand the seams and everything. But I've been told I have to stick to the instructions with this model, and I have to build it as instructed. So here I am firing away. Ford Mustang Shelby GT500 1967, pack 56. I think we're still on part 29, aren't we? The Mustang Milano concept. In 1970, Ford designer centre in Dearborn, Michigan, created a striking prototype called the Mustang Milano concept. It never went in production, but some of its styling elements resurfaced in designs of later Mustangs and other Ford models. Now, I don't know about things coming out in other Ford models, but if I put my hand there, that looks very, very much like a Challenger, doesn't it? So even if I do that, that's a bloody Dodge Challenger, isn't it? Yeah. So there we go. There's like a fastback version there, it looks like. Beautiful front end, very nice looking car. Actually, you can see there the Mach 1, the 1970s Mustang. Very nice. Firestone worked closely with Ford to develop not only the Milano concept tyres, but also its distinctive 15-inch retro-style cast aluminium wheels. Wow, 15-inch! Blimey! Got bloody 17s on my Volkswagen Passat. It's crazy, isn't it? I've just put new tyres on it, as I mentioned in one of 2, 3, 5, 45, 17s. I mean, come on! That's bloody... A few years ago, Ferraris had tyres that size on them. So, Victory Motorcycles, born on July the 4th. They're obviously competition for Harley Davidson. So, very nice looking bike. And then here we got the Roadsters. It's a 1731cc V-twin engine, made an attractive purchase for customers seeking high performance. I bet they weren't very high performance. My 883 cubic inch Harley has got about 57 horsepower, I think. It's a Japanese bike with less than a third of the capacity. It's got the same power. There we go. The Vegas, which debuted in 2003, was Victory's deliberate attempt to rival Harley Davidson's Dyna. There's a pretty looking bike there, but again, we've got this starting to get with all those plastic covers and everything, which is the way Harley's gone. I really don't like modern Harley Davidsons. They're pig ugly, I think. That's just my opinion. Drifting, racing sideways, fantastic sport, really enjoy it. And as you can see, there's an old GT86 there with a Lexus chasing it down. So one of those cars, one of those GT86s has got my old suspension in it. In fact, that is Frederick Asbo, isn't it? Yes, it is. It's not that one, but I had some rear suspension for a GT86 and then realised it was designed for drift and sold it. And one of those cars in America, I think it's an Asian guy with an Asian name. He races one, and it's got my rear suspension in it. So he bought it from me all the way in the UK rather than buy it from, was it Hong Kong? I can't remember now, or China. So there we are. There we can see One of the best drift racers is the Swede Sami Hübinette, seen here during the Red Bull Drift Shifters race in Auckland, New Zealand, December 2012. And then we've got Daigo Salto, celebrates his victory of Formula Drift race held in the Changi Exhibition Centre in Singapore in July 2012. He's like a Lexus converted thing there. It's like a convertible but with no roof. And there we are. So let's have a look here. What we're going to do. We're going to get the car, aren't we? Oh no, we've got some parts. I haven't got the chassis in here. I'm unprepared. So when we get there, I'll have to stop the video and go and get the great big chassis. So as usual, we'll have a look in here. See what we've got. We've got screws. So we've got PSO5 screws and PSO2 screws. So we'll get these open as usual. There we go. So we'll get those out of the way. And then we got these screws here. Okay, so we've got PSO5s, PSO2s. So what we're going to do, retrieve the exhaust components you worked on in the previous issue and place the protruding end of the left resonator. Is this the left? Yes, it is. And then we're going to fit the parts together as shown. So that's going to go like that. And then we're going to use a PSO2 screw in that hole, and we're going to screw that in just like so. Okay, and then we're going to get a screw ready, and we're going to put the right hand side in just like so. And we're going to screw that in. That's quite tight, that screw going in there. Just don't branch them up, just turn them till they stop. Okay, repeat steps 1 and 2 on the right side. Place the protruding end of the right resonator on the right side bottom of the dual exhaust. There we go. So that's that together. Retrieve the chassis and identify the 4 points where the dual exhaust pipe and resonators are attached to it. Projections on the ends of the resonators fit into the intermediate pipes. Place the assembly in position and make sure it's fully engaged as shown in the picture. I'm going to go and get my chassis. Okay, doesn't it ever annoy you guys? I don't know if you heard, but back when I started filming this, just after I started doing Pack 55, you may have heard a thud in the background. And that was the sound of a letter coming through the letterbox. And I thought my post had been delivered, but no, it was Amazon. I've had an email to say that my Amazon package has been delivered. Well, I'm thinking, hang on a minute, there's a big box in that delivery, and the other one was a small packet. And the small packet, sure enough, was put through the letterbox, and the big box was left on the doorstep. But did we hear the doorbell ring? No. And now I've got living proof because I was recording a video while it happened. How annoying is it? Why don't they just ring the bloody doorbell? You know, how long does it take? Or bang bang on the door, anything. It's crazy. Anyway, we have to identify the 4 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's where our exhaust is going to screw. And that's where these posts, 1, 2, 3, 4 are going to locate. And then we've got these pins on the back of the exhaust here, and they are going to go into there. So they're going to go into those pipes, and then the exhaust is going to drop down, and those posts are going to go into those holes. Okay, so now what we're going to do is turn it over and hold them in position. So I've got a screw set up in the screwdriver ready. Yes, I'm actually prepared for once. So we're going to put one of the front ones in first, because at the back end it should hold it together. So is that one there? No, it's not. That must be it there. I know you can't see what I'm doing. I'm going to tighten this one up because I want it to stay in place. I don't want it falling out. Right, so basically I've put one in here just to hold it in so I can show you what I'm doing. So now we can turn it over like so. Okay, so we've got one in there, and then we're going to put one in here. We can push up on the exhaust from underneath. That's how we've got that ground clearance look, so we can get our hand under there. And then we can push up on the exhaust from underneath and put one in there. You probably can't see what I'm doing because my hand's in the way. And then I'm going to push up on the exhaust and put one in there. As I say, just put the screws in and turn them until they stop. You don't need to launch them down. It's not an RC model, they're not going to come loose. Right, so there you can see we've got the back end of our headers there, and then we can turn this over, and you can see now we've got our exhaust pipe all fitted nicely. If you want to put a bit of super glue on there, you can to hold that together, but I'm not going to worry about that. So there you are. You can see now we've got our full exhaust system going back into the resonators, into the silencer, and then out of the tailpipes that you can't see because we're off camera because the bloody thing's so big. There we go. Apparently Moss broke his exhaust, so sorry about that, Moss. But it is all a bit flimsy back there. You need to treat it with a bit of care. You need lots of room on your bench as well. Right, this is underneath here. This is an A2 cutting mat. If I get my fingers there on the edges, if I put my fingers on the edges of the screen, okay, and I am now about 2 inches away on this side, about 1 inch away on this side. So if I lift the camera up, there you go, you can see just on the edges there. So you can see how big this thing is. It's absolutely huge. Need to move the camera that way a touch because we're off square. Okay, so there we go. Right, that's been pack 56 or part 29. I will see you all back soon for pack 57. And I think things are going to start getting a bit interesting because I've noticed we've got some wires and we've got some carpet material and we've got all sorts of stuff. It's going to look, it looks like it's getting quite interesting. So we've basically got our floor pan built up now. We've got our suspension done. We don't have the front shock absorbers or springs or anything in yet. But yeah, it's starting to look extremely good. We don't have any front suspension at all. We have rear suspension for what it's worth, but we don't have any front suspension movement at all. Maybe we're going to have to do a bit of modification on this upper joint. I'm not sure. We shall see. Right, I will see you all soon for pack 56. No, pack 57. Thanks for watching. Bye guys.